You can see the title there, but just in case you're blind or you can't read for whatever reason, you don't have to watch this video. It's a bit of a roller coaster. I don't have a proper video for you this week. At least not a Pen Pals video or any sort of thing like that. I have a story, so if you'd like to hear it, you're more than welcome to stick around. I attempted to record a video for you guys this week, but I was very flat and just didn't react to much of anything that I was reading. I read 2 letters for PS, and one of them was very quirky and funny. I was enjoying reading it in my head, but my face told another story. I stumbled over my words a lot, and I just wasn't all there. Earlier on the day of filming, I was working on another project. A much simpler one, to be fair, but a very important one. I was getting Crystal's anniversary present ready. See, we've been together for 7 years now, and 5 years ago, in 2012, Crystal was finally getting ready to come to the US to visit my family before I left the country for good. I had decided that year, for our anniversary, that I'd make a video for her that showed me driving around my hometown and going to my grandma's house, like the 2 of us were hanging out. It was a sort of preview for what it would be like when she got there. Going to my grandma's was very important because my grandma means the world to me. I honestly didn't have a great environment to grow up in as a kid, both financially and in a lot of other ways. My grandma was my reprieve from all that. She gave me a place to get away from home and was able to toss me a few dollars every now and then to rent a video game. It's because of her and my great-grandparents that I was able to do even half as much as what I was able to as a kid. So going over to see her and getting her to be a part of this project for Crystal was super important for me. I made my way over to her place, and without her knowledge, and quite rudely in retrospect, I got her on camera. My grandma is notoriously camera shy, so I had to be sneaky about it. But ultimately, once the truth came out, she was okay with it. I was ecstatic to have had her as a part of my present to Crystal. I did all this on May 29th, 2012. Little did I know what was to come in only about a week's time. Turns out, that was one of, if not the last time that I ever spoke to my grandma. She died just over a week later. To be honest with you, it was a miracle that she was even part of my life in the first place. She had a brain aneurysm when I was very, very young, and that robbed her of almost everything. She had the mental age of a child, and miraculously she built herself back up to being, well, my nan. My dad told me that she wasn't fully recovered from it, but she was who I knew her to be, so in my mind she had made a full recovery. She passed away from a heart-related issue. It wasn't drawn out, and she didn't suffer, and for that I'm extremely grateful. In so many ways, it really was a blessing in disguise. I was about to leave the country, and to be honest with you, my grandma was the only thing that made me hesitant to do so. She would have been, for the most part, without a grandson. My great-grandpa was unfortunately going senile, and my parents were about to move in with her, which I'm betting would have been very stressful. She left the world before things got too chaotic to handle. In many ways, it really is a good thing. I didn't know what I felt for the longest time. Crystal and I both cried like babies the first time I showed her the video. It was on our anniversary in 2012, June the 9th. I recompiled it and showed it to her again on Friday. It was amazing to me how much had changed. The friends I talked about were all but gone from my life, and my accent was very different. But the clip of my nan made her cry again and almost made me do the same. I was too conflicted though. On one hand, of course, I was sad that she was gone, but on the other, I'm so thankful that I was able to take the video in the first place. I'm glad I recorded her without her knowledge, because for a few moments, I captured the real her. I'll always have this little treasure of her now. While the anniversary video itself is kinda sad because of the circumstances, it's also kinda happy for the same reason. I don't know of many people who could say that they have anything similar. My Nan had a pretty unique life anyways, so in a way it's kind of fitting that something so weird happened right at the end of her story. I just wish that Crystal was able to meet her in person, but I did manage to pass on something very important from Crystal to my Nan. She wanted me to give you a big hug.
Hey.
Crystal. She wanted me to give you a big hug from her.
Oh, she did.
Yes.
That's from her. Okay. Tell her you gave it to me.
Oh, you're on camera right now. She can see.